He told Ak, you a
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
Now leave it up to Akademiks to start some new beef in the streets. Earlier today, we got a report that Akademiks was announcing to the world that YoungBoy and Lil Durk finally, after all of these years, are now squashing the beef. Let's watch the clip.
Hey, look how far they are.
Now that beef is squashed. You ain't here?
Yo, Ak,
I'm
you
serious.
crazy.
Dirk and YoungBoy don't got beef no more.
Bro.
I'm serious.
Imagine.
Dirk and I might have forgot to tell the public that Dirk and YoungBoy don't got beef no more.
What do you mean by that?
Now, I want y'all to think about how Akademiks said that. Because remember, at one point he said, oh, I forgot to tell the public, as if it was something that he was a part of. Like when I saw this, I said, oh, well, maybe Akademiks helped Durk and YoungBoy sit down and talk it out, right? But at the same time, it was something in my head saying, this cannot be right. But then Lil Durk kind of helped the situation out because he liked a tweet where it said, DJ Akademiks said YoungBoy and Lil Durk have officially squashed the beef, and Durk liked it. But then it was something in my head that said, you know, Durk is a demon. I feel like Durk would just like that just to be petty, even if the beef wasn't squashed. Well, leave it up to NBA YoungBoy to tell us what's really going on. Oh my God. In true YoungBoy fashion, he hopped on somebody else's Twitter account like he always does. And he went off on Ak. He told Ak, you a along with his industry friends. I love this shit. It turned out the same way every time. Remember, I ain't trying to hear who got something to do with what nah. Nigga. All right. Now, thus far, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like the beef is still going on. All right. Like so far, as far as I can tell, they still beefing. Now, also, it seems like YoungBoy feels like Akademiks is taking Durk's side. YoungBoy said some more. He said, keep picking though. You see what I'm saying? So that lets you know, all right, he feels like Akademiks is aligning with Lil Durk. Now, maybe it's something else going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Because all we saw is Akademiks saying they squashed the beef and then Lil Durk liked it. So it wasn't anything in there for me to say, oh, Akademiks is more on Lil Durk's side than YoungBoy's side. But I also thought it was telling that he said, let me go back. Remember, I ain't trying to hear who got something to do with it. Nah. Meaning, okay, don't try to act like you ain't in the middle of it. Because I feel like regardless of what Akademiks' intentions was when he said that, well, now you in the middle of their beef. And I feel like YoungBoy is saying, hey, it's on site for you too. Okay? Now, Akademiks then later backtracked. He said, LOL, I ain't say that. But now keep in mind, when we watched that clip, he said, oh, I forgot to announce it to the public, as if it was something that like he knew for a fact they sat down and shook hands. At least that's how it came across to me. Okay? And I love Ak. I rock with Ak, but I got to keep it real. That's how it sounded. But he said, LOL, I ain't say that. I mean, they ain't actively dissing each other no more in music and tweets. Anything y'all see is more than likely directed at other people instead of each other. You know, it sound like you backtracking to me. Maybe he misspoke. Maybe Ak was drunk. you know, you always got to put that in there with Akademiks. Maybe he was off the henny. But it sure did sound like you had some type of official information that they were cool. And obviously, YoungBoy didn't like it. Now, let me tell y'all what's going to happen. Akademiks is probably going to go live today And he's gonna say, well, me and YoungBoy cool. I reached out to him because YoungBoy is too big for Akademiks to have a beef with him. See, it's some people he'll actively beef with, but I don't think he'll, want to mess up his relationship with YoungBoy. I feel like YoungBoy is too valuable for Akademiks' brand. And, he gonna try to patch this up as soon as possible. I'm not saying, Ak is a punk or whatever, but I feel like for whatever reason, Ak likes to be aligned with the rappers who are really gangsters, the street niggas, all the Chicago and the real street rappers, the ones who really about that life, the ones who have active cases. Akademiks wants to be like really close to those guys. Maybe it's for business. Maybe he's, infatuated with the street life. I don't know. But I feel like he'll try to patch this up with YoungBoy as soon as possible. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Durk and YoungBoy could ever mend fences? Y'all think they could ever end the beef? I know I could do an hour talking about every detail of their beef that has lasted for years. But I don't know. Maybe one day they could talk it out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What y'all think about what Akademiks said. What y'all think about what YoungBoy said. I'm sorry I just hit the mic. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. We out.